I'm RealGenericDemon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 26, Volume 9. Yes, it's a little bit longer than usual because we've got this one and it's got two sides to it, which are really full. But yeah, this is one of those ones from OnyxBox. If you want to follow him, he's on Bluesky. His details are in the description below. But yeah, this is a really big one. So we got side A to do, which has only got technically 4 games, because I'm not going to get to the second part of Game Over 2. So technically got 4 games at a push, and then the other side's got 10. It just doesn't make sense at all. But we're just going to do these ones as we're doing them order. So we'll have a volume 10, and then you've got the choice, remember, from between these two. Hang on a second, I'm bringing them in. Between the Great Games number 2 and live action. So you still got a choice between these. If you want to make a choice, please put it into volume 1 at least, or at least write it in this one to tell me which one you want me to play at the end of the season. If it's going to be the Great Games, by the way, that's going to be a heck of an episode, because we've got all of these things here. Basil, we've got Death Wish 3. Oh gosh, they've got so many good things on here. Look at this. All of these Gremlin games, great Gremlin games. You know, Monty, or Vise Monty, Samurai. We've got whatever that Convoy, isn't it? That one. We've got so many games. I'm a big fan of Death Wish 3, by the way. I never saw the movie, but I absolutely adored the game. It was brilliant. The Duct. I don't think the Duct actually ever appeared any other way. I don't remember seeing that on as a game in its own right. The Infiltrator down here. There's so many good ones on there, but there's also so many good ones on here as well. This is 5 of some of the greatest sort of war games, live ammo. You know, we've got Great Escape, which is a fantastic isometric adventure. And I know I don't like isometric games, but this is a fantastic game. We've got Green Beret, always a crowd pleaser. The very hard army moves. Rambo Part 2, and we have the Top Gun from the films. That's very good. Very good indeed. Anyway, so nothing to report this week in the sense of new things. Been off for a week now-ish, roundabouts. And to be honest with you, nothing to report. Not bought anything, went out and did things outside. So that tells you a lot. Obviously, sitting down makes me buy things. Anyway, let's get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's go down to basic and load it, or load speech marks. There we go, and we push the button, and hopefully, and by the way, did you see the card? I forgot that. Oh, burping on you. Apologies. Bit of gas there, and a dog that's barking as well. Can we hear this? It's all going on now. General Hexel. Oh, yeah, it will be, that'll be right. Icon graphics. No, it won't. That's a hex editor. It's not what I was expecting on this tape. What? Hang on. What? Brace yourselves. I'm not sure this is the right. This is a different tape. So that's a hexadecimal editor. That's a bit of paper that's been put in there as the thing. And did you see the bit at the beginning with the Sigma 7 on it, which is the poke card? I loved those. I thought they were a brilliant idea. Little poke card, basically, with on the back of it with a little bit of code you typed in, and basically it gave you, in this case, endless supply of spacecraft, so basically infinite lives. But that was kind of cool. I always quite liked that. Right, okay. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Start address. I don't need a start address. I'm not poking anything. And we'll move on. That was a good start. Hex editor. Yeah, I don't know what. There is a certain address you've got to go to access the internal one, or the inbuilt one in the ROM, I think. I might be wrong. Somebody will tell me in the comments. Oh, that one. Needs load code. So let's do that. Load it. Code. I'm quite surprised by all these things that are actually loading for a change as well. Right, brace yourselves. Just going to go for it again. Yeah, I really like those. That was Sinclair User, wasn't it? Was it them who had Banzai Bear? I think it was, wasn't it? It was them who was... do you know, sorry, I love the fact... Run. Something went into memory. I have no idea what it was. This is going well so far. We're just loading random stuffs. I like these episodes. These are the ones with things where we're like, yeah, this wasn't what we were expecting. What's this now? CS. No idea. Program CS. This could actually be a completely different tape. This could be completely the wrong tape that's in here. This could be just stuffs. Circuit shot by D Green. Okay. Oh, I'm still playing. It's still loading. Sorry. Short Circuit. Sorry, why did I get Circuit Shot from? Nothing close to it. High-tech software. By... What? What's he doing? Okay. I have no idea what's going on here now. It's just loading stuff randomly. It's like... yeah, so that wasn't on there. So Short Circuit's on there. That's something different. I don't think it's a Short Circuit I'm thinking of with Johnny Five from the film. I haven't watched that in years. I've got to watch it. Did that have Steve Guttenberg in it? I feel like it did. I don't think it did though. Maybe it did. You know, Police Academy, Steve Guttenberg, and the Blue Oyster. Yeah. No, don't know. No idea. Anyway. So, I've got lots of things I want to talk about today. None of these things are loading, by the way. This is not going well. Let's list this and see what it says. Cassette G. Yeah, okay. Break. How do I do paper? Is it? No, that's... is it... Oh, extended mode. I'm trying to think what I'm going to be here. M? Delete. I don't know what it's going to be, actually. Bin. No, it's not. We don't want bins. L list. L print. And that's experience. No, I'm only kidding. Line. Yeah. It's really annoying. It's really annoying without the sort of key things on the top of it. I feel like we're missing a whole bunch of stuff here, though. It all keeps going past. Let's just do some loading from here and see what happens now. It's very, very much. You know, there's something big there. Let's go back. Let's rewind a little bit. Come on, then. What is this? Well, that's doing something there. G-cassette, right. I have no idea what G-cassette is, but we'll find out in a second. Hopefully it'll load. Right, this is completely different to what I thought it was going to be. This is not what we thought was going to be on the tape. It's a good thing, but it's insane. That's graphics. Ah, right. Don't know what the first part was, but this is the graphics one. So this is good, though, because this means there's random stuffs on here. So this is like an art package back in the day. This is like your equivalent of Deluxe Paint on the Amiga. You know, Deluxe Paint 3, which is like iconic. And that even appeared on the PC, you know. That was on the PC as well, with its format LBM. And I don't know what the LBM stood for. I'm sure it's like lightweight... something. But this came in a great big cardboard box. I think I've got a copy of it somewhere. Well, in fact, I know I've got a copy of it somewhere. Great big cardboard box with that. Sorry for the cough. I'm salivating with excitement. That's what it is. I keep swallowing it. Anyway, she said. Anyway, you know, it came in a great big cardboard box. It was one of those large ones that sort of with the cassette in the centre of it, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I've definitely got a copy of it somewhere from Terry Wildy. Or Wildy. I've got coffee, I hope you've got a beverage too. Definitely need a coffee for this one today. Last week it was fruit juice. This week it's coffee. So loads and loads of things, right, floating through my head. There's several things we're going to talk about. We've got to talk about Doom Dark Ages. We have to talk about that one, and we also have to talk about the Switch 2 again. I know we've done it before, but we're going to have to talk about it again. We're also going to have to talk briefly about Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then I'm going to do a little bit about my health and things like that. So we'll do a little bit of that. It's a little bit of overview of what we're going to do this week. So let's start with the one that I want to talk about. So this, was it early last week sometime, saw the release of Dark Ages 2, Doom Dark Ages, which is the third in the new modern day trilogy of games. So you've had original Doom from 2016, Eternal in between, and now the new one where you're just sort of an old Slayer from back in the day, weird and wonderful, whatever else it is, beautiful weapons, beautiful graphics, blah, 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 blah. But here's my thought here. It's a critical failure. You're all going now, what do you mean it's a critical failure? It's a critical failure. It's absolute financial dumpster fire of a game. And again, you're going to go, why? They've all just posted that they've got 3 million players on it. 3 million players, 3 million copies are out there currently working. Yes. But of those 3 million players, 200,000 are actually PlayStation owners. So it's 200,000 PlayStation owners that have bought the game, physically bought it, went and bought a copy of it. 400,000 of those are people who play on Steam, which is the only other place I think you can get it beyond sort of Game Pass. And the other 2.4 million people are playing on Game Pass. Now, Bethesda, or ZeniMax, whoever makes Doom, is actually owned by Microsoft now. So the cost for the game itself is being absorbed by Microsoft. Now, previous game, Eternal, cost... the budget was $150 million for the original Doom Eternal game. They went over budget by 50%. It was nearly $233 million that they spent on it. If you make the assumption that this game is bigger and better and faster, and okay, they've got the engines and all the other things, but bigger and better and larger than anything else, and they went over budget as well, assume the budget was $200 million this time round, this is £300 million worth of production value for the game. Not including the advertising, the giving it various influencers early, the access for media, the events that they've held, and all the other things. Now, if it goes along the lines of movies, which can do, I'm going to go with K for keyboard. If you go along the lines of movies, and a stop statement has happened, I don't know why. Let's run. And a stop statement has occurred again, so it's broken already. But if you go along the lines of movies, that means that they spent probably almost the same sort of budget on doing that. But assuming it's gaming industry, and say they spent $50 million on that, that's $350 million. That is in-house costs that they've got to cover. So you've got to cover that in the first place. So if you take all the copies that they've sold, the 600,000, that's PlayStation Steam versions, at the horrible price point of $70, that's $42 million. That doesn't even cover your advertising budget. I'm going to load up the next game, by the way. Doesn't even cover your advertising budget. And then you go, well, hang on a minute. Look at all of those Game Pass users. Well, they were Game Pass users for the most part who were already there. Those that bought Game Pass at $1 for a month just so they can play Dark Ages, what a lot of people do is wait for the deals for a month, are not going to resubscribe at the end of the month. So the game was worth $1. So you basically weighed... Well, at a rough estimate, you didn't make your money back. You basically you're making 10 million. So by that estimate, you basically per month. So 10 million a month from your Game Pass point of view. That means that you're going to have to wait about 3.5-ish years to make your budget back and then pay off the whole thing. It is a critical failure because of the Game Pass model. And this is going to damage gamers forever. We don't realise this at the moment. If you're taking Game Pass at $1, go for it. Absolutely destroy the market with it. That's the way to go. It's the answer to the whole thing. It is going to absolutely cripple developers. But in the case of this, it's Microsoft. Let's hurt them. it's only their pockets and their shareholders' pockets at the end of the day that are getting hurt by this, But this is a failure. In my eyes, at this moment in time, this is a failure. It's like a movie that doesn't rake in its original return in the first week, which is the key time for it. It's the same for this. When it comes to this game, I can't believe it to say this, but I probably won't buy it because although I bought it when it was Bethesda previously, it was part of the acquisition of Microsoft. It was happening at that point in time. I bought it at that point in time, but I'll be honest. I'll be waiting now. I'll be waiting until it's £5 or £10 or something similar, something much more sort of easy on the old wallet than anything else. And as I say, I say it again. This technically is a financial failure. If you're an accountant working at Microsoft and you read these figures, it failed. It failed. I doubt it drew in the numbers that they expected it to draw in Game Pass. Those who are a little bit like me, staunched, sort of wouldn't buy it anyway, kind of way, won't buy it. I've been voting with my wallet for many years, and I have because I've said this before that this practice of doing things is bad. This is just bad for the gaming industry. Ultimately, if you want to play those sort of modern games and you're into those modern games, because I think there'll be a multiplayer in it, I'm sure, but it let's be honest, nobody's playing Doom multiplayer or Doom Eternal multiplayer. Nobody is. Right, let's see if we can get game over here on the old PlayZX. We'll get that there. So I'm going to assume we can go with the tape loader for this because it's that kind of game. We've not done very well so far. We've had one game that's crashed, and me moaning about Doom Dark Ages, which by the way does look spectacular. But from the accountant's point of view, it's a failure, and unfortunately, Microsoft is a slave to its shareholders. Game over. We have. Let me see. There must be a 128k version of this somewhere. There is. This is maybe the original from. Maybe the original from. Side A. This may be the original from Imagine. The re-release. Well, it says re-release actually. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. See if it loads. Fingers crossed. And we'll go with the 128k version. Might as well. We've got 128k computer. So, but can you see where I'm coming from with this? If you've got those Game Pass users, they're all playing $1, and you basically say you go with a month and then extend it for another month. You go, especially with dwindling money to spend on these things, it doesn't bode well. I mean, I think people think Big Game Pass is good value for money. I'm not convinced. It's like £30 a month or something similar, 40 quid a month. Ultimately, it's like £70 a month. I know some people will pay that for say football or the satellite telly or movies or whatever else it is. I don't personally. I try not to. I try and make sure that all my monthlies are as low as humanly possible because I'd rather there was money in pocket for other things. But when it comes to buying games on Steam, I tend to wait until the price goes down. I've got real staying power. I can wait years before I buy a game to actually play it for the first time when everybody else has played for it. So I'll wait for the price to be extremely low. When it comes to things like the games that are actually on there, I'm in Steam, GOG, not Epic because I just take them for free. But those sort of games, I prefer them when they're literally indie. I'm playing a couple of indie games at the moment that are just absolutely blowing my mind. Mineral Defender, I love that. Or Defense, should say, which is on my channel. Love that one. Tower defense. Procedurally generated, great stuff, good progression. £10 when I bought it, and I've had 10-12 hours worth of play out of it. The Long Dark, which I'm going to promote again like crazy because it's so worth playing, and it's very nipply now. It's very cold. I'm feeling a bit cold now. I don't know about you. You feeling cold? Anyway, it's a bit chilly. That's what a cover. Anyway, so, but these kind of indie titles for 70 quid or even £30. For £30, I reckon you could take 20 games off somewhere like Steam, GOG, not Epic.
Poor old Epic. Just take them for free. You can have free games off Epic. You want AAA titles? Take them from Epic. Epic gives them away on a weekly basis. 2 or 3 games every week. 1, 2 or 3 games every week. Just take them for free. But I reckon you could take 20 games for 30 quid. They would keep you going for a year. Especially if you like the kind of things where I've got, where they've got decent game loops and you go round and round and round and round and round to do them over and over again. There are so many good games that don't require spending vast sums of money. I know you all want the shiny new ones, or some of you want the shiny new ones. Mind you, to be fair, you're watching a retro trial, so for the most part. So you want the shiny old ones. But the point about it is that that is a failure. I'm waiting for that to come out. I'm waiting for that comment to be made. I think I feel like I'm the only first person to do this now. But genuinely, I looked at it and I looked at the numbers, and they've just popped up now, and the people are going to start jumping on this very shortly and suggesting it is a failure, because that's what Microsoft wants. They want to sell millions of Game Pass, but 2.2 million people playing it on Game Pass, some of which who already had it. Say you managed to get an influx of 5% new users. Even at that sort of minusculely low, just for the math-wise, if you do the 10%, that's 240,000 new users. Paying $1 is 240,000, after taxes and then tax and all the other stuff and corporate thing. It just doesn't, financially, it just doesn't play, does it? It really doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, they want to dominate the world of games. They're going to lose if they want to do this. Game Pass is a loss-making engine, because they pay less than Steam does. Steam takes 30% of things. I think Epic takes a different amount depending on who you are, but can take as little as 15%, which is again, don't buy from Epic. But the point is that the unless you like Fortnite, of course. But the point is that they take a percentage. Apple and all the other stores, they take about the same sort of money. Microsoft, if you put a game on Microsoft's Game Pass, you're lucky to make 60% of the value. So they're taking 40%, and you're also giving it away effectively for free. But not permanently, because once your Game Pass is over, that's it. Your games are gone, so you lose access to them. It's a bit like me. I had PlayStation. Oh God, I'm yapping today. I'm not even playing. I'm yapping. Let's play some games. Can I change the keys? Oh, good grief! How we do? This is not going well today. I'm not going well here. I'm killing something, but I'm not. Oh my goodness, screen's not working. Wow, this is going well. This is going so well. I bet you're pleased you joined in for this. So anyway, but I'm gonna have some coffee. Let's just chill for a second. Let's just chill. Yeah, I left PlayStation, I say a while ago. It's probably a couple of years now. I left the PlayStation network, and the games they used to give you monthly, they're now deactivated, so I can't access those. They're in my account, but unless I have a working subscription, I can't access those games. It's a crap model. I don't like it. It works for films because you watch a film once or whatever else it is. It's fine. That's it's like going to the rental market. I suppose renting games as well is a thing, but yeah, but they're cheap as well. Most subscription services are quite cheap. Let's see what else we can get on this tape. See if anything will actually bloody load. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Right, okay. Oh God, I've got, as I say, so much in my head at the moment. I just want to pour it all out on you. You just brace yourselves. We haven't even loaded a single thing yet, but I'm pouring out my soul to you. No. Switch to. That's also a failure before it's even started, because Nintendo have just done what their competitors have been doing for years with it. They've made an upgrade on the model, and the only thing people are talking about is specifications rather than what gaming is on it. So they're talking about the specifications, whether it's going to be equivalent to this, or whether this is going to be backwards compatible, whether this is going to... I don't know if this will work, actually, because I think you need a code for it, but we'll give it a try. The specifications on it, on how it will work and how it will load, and what it will do. So is it equivalent to an NVIDIA 3060 card? This is what they didn't want to do. They even said this a number of years ago. They discussed this. They said that they wanted to be about the games. So they just went their own way. And this is not Nintendo going their own way for a change. This is them following the sheep, the console market as it stands, the Xbox Series X that the Microsoft don't want anymore, because they're literally putting the price up to the point where people aren't buying it, and they're telling us it's inflation, and it's nothing to do with inflation. They're telling us it's tariffs. It's nothing to do with tariffs. It's to do with the fact that they don't want people buying Xboxes anymore. They want people buying PCs and buying Game Pass. So to decide. But the point is that you know, the same with the PlayStation. The PlayStation is going to become an Xbox place as well, because you're going to play Game Pass on PlayStation. That's a given. PlayStation and Sony are even moving their games to the PC as well, so that there's another market for them to sell their games into, because this generation of consoles has not sold as well as previous generations. It's about half the number. I don't know if this is going to load or not. I think it's not. This is going really badly, by the way, on playing stuff. We played nothing yet. Absolutely nothing. I'll pick some games up in a minute. But what they were doing over the years, Sony to Microsoft, to even Sega, they were playing the margins. They were basically going with slightly better tech every time round, improving the graphics, right? That is what Nintendo's done again, and instead of focusing on what makes it different, like it's two mice, which is a thing. It's got two mice built into the controllers. Instead of building something else, not a switch, but a swoosh or a swip or a swing, Nintendo swing, where they build on the devices they've already got, like they did with the Wii, like they did with the Wii U, but nobody knew it was a different console. They just thought it was a controller, but whatever else is. And then they came back strong with the Switch, which replaced their DS, and the DS is still one of the best-selling consoles of all time. We have this upgrade, an upgrade that will end almost all physical games, bar those being produced by people like the Blaze Entertainment and Evercade. That's it. It's the end for collectors. You can collect empty boxes with keycards in. Feel free. But it's not going to be the same when they turn the servers off. It's the same with your PlayStation 4 games to PlayStation 5 games. When the servers go off, those things have had it. Whereas if you still got it and the thing is, the developers are actually saying that you can get a lot of data into 64 gigabytes of memory stick, which is what they currently use in the Switch. So you can get a lot onto that. That's a lot of CDs if you think about the things based on the old days of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that can go onto that. I do need to close the door now because my wife's about to. Oh no, she's come to close the door herself. Thank you. She's about to release the Hoover. Release the Hoover. But you can get a lot of stuff into 64 gigabytes. It's not like the old days when it was 4 megabits. Bits, not bytes. So that's even smaller. So that's actually only a 4 megabit cartridge is actually only 1 megabyte in size. That's how small they were. That was just bigger than a 720k floppy, 3.5 floppy inch disc. I'm on a rant today. I do apologise. If you came here for a nice sort of subtle Sunday, it ain't happening. I'm on it. I'm soapboxes out. I'm standing on it. I'm giving it large. But you know, honestly, I'm so disappointed in Nintendo. I'm disappointed with Game Pass. I must pass comment though on one thing that is strangely a weird positive, but again I still don't like the company involved. Electronic Arts' Battlefront 2 has seen over 2 million concurrent users recently. Why? Star Wars Andor. people have gone back to play Battlefront because they want to fight in the wars that they fought in Andor. They want to do Rogue One. They want to do the fights, and they want to be on Scarif, and they want to have the big final battle. They literally gone back to playing it, and it's trending again all over the blooming place. My God, a game that you would have thought was dead and it's been around for quite a while, all of a sudden has really had a resurgence because people are actually enjoyed the film, they enjoyed something that Disney's produced for the first time in about a million years. No, it's not a million years. It's since, obviously they haven't got Watson tape things yet. But the point is that people have enjoyed it. Incredibly popular Andor, even if the first season is very long-winded in my mind. We've pushed on. We've brought something back from death. I'm not sure I really wanted a year to hang on to Battlefront, but it's amazing that it's actually happened. That it's increased in the numbers and people are really enjoying it. And breathe. Let's have a little sip of the old coffee. Let's have a little drink here. I managed to fit in so much in like the last half an hour or so. I do apologise. Yeah, as I say, you came for a quiet Sunday, and here I am, battering you with the ins and outs of it all. Anyway, so Sigma 7, by the way. I think this is a shoot 'em up from memory. Durello. Great looking cover. It was on the back. It was on that card actually. It's like a sort of a Sigma sign. I don't know whether you look at that upright or up or down. I don't know. That's a Sigma thing, but I'm sure it's a shoot 'em up anyway. Sigma 7. Yes, coffee. Let's have a little blast. And I've got a reason why I may be on my soapbox and a little bit hyperactive for a change. I'm going to explain it to you. To be honest with you, I hadn't a clue, and this is amazing. It's life changing from my point of view. Right, life changing. I have been suffering with sleeping and sort of memory loss and a number of other things, energy loss and all kinds of stuff. Didn't really understand what was going on realistically, but over the years, probably the past 10 years, I've been dealing with it. Oh, don't look at that. Close screen. Don't nobody report it. Nobody report that we've a special copy. These guys still exist as well, which is even funnier. Alter keys, K. That's I've got them sound really loud for a change. K. K to alter the keys. No. Any key. Fire. Up, down, left, right. Perfect. Right. Any other key to play? Phase 1. Remaining lives. Oh, here we go. Yes, there's a little spaceship coming out. Looks a bit like a box kite. Remember the box kites back in the day? I do anyway. I'm old enough to remember this. Whoa, look at this. We are shooting them down. Yes, we got them. Our Sigma spaceship. Anyway, so for about the last 10 years, and I'd been to the doctor about it previously, I've been sort of suffering with the sleep and loss of life, loss of sort of energy and all other stuff. No idea really what it really was. So doctor referred me finally, decided to refer me for sleep apnea. I didn't expect that, and I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll put up with it. It can't be sleep apnea. It has to be something else, And there's no way I've crashed into that creature there. There's no way I've got something like sleep apnea. It's just an obstruction. That's why I struggle to sleep, and I've got all kinds of things going on, like things that you glue to you can get these things. This is the things I know about. I got humidifiers to keep the sort of the room moist enough that I could breathe when I couldn't breathe through my nose. I had things like I had things like what else did I have? I had little sort of like sweets that you, which are sugar-free type things that you physically glue to your jaw and you know and your gums. So you glue it to your gum. And it sort of basically keeps your mouth from salivating all night, so you don't get dry and whatever else it is. Always tired. I was always tired. Struggled with I've landed. Struggled with that sort of feeling tired and whatever else. Anyway, so I got referred about 4 weeks ago. It'll be. Anyway, I did they asked me to do. Oh, it's like a Pac-Man game. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got to Pac-Man these things. There we go. So, yeah, so... Oh, didn't know that was coming that way. I don't think I've ever played Sigma 7 before, you know. I feel like this is the first time I've played it. Anyway, so I got referred to the sleep apnea thing, and I was still very sceptical that this was it. I just thought I had some kind of obstruction that was affecting, you know, the you know, my nose. It was nasal. I would have to go ear, nose, and throat. Anyway, I went along. The lady passed me or gave me a testing kit. So I basically was strapped up with a machine, which they then took the results from. So a couple of weeks later, I got a call or I got a message or in the post. Good old post office. This is how the NHS still works. In the post, sort of saying, you know, could I come in for the results? And I was like, yep, okay, I can come in for the results. I don't know what I'm collecting here or why I'm collecting it, but it seems very cool. I love the way that scrolls on and off the screen. It's just brilliant. So you know, I basically came in for the results, and I thought, well, you know, this is it won't be sleep apnea. It can't be sleep apnea. I haven't got this kind of thing anyway. So I came in for the results, and the nurse very calmly told me that. You know, the sort of the ranges that you know, of not basically don't breathe. So you don't breathe, and when you don't breathe, it puts stress in your heart because your heart then tries to find some way to breathe, and it's really bad for you. And it just keeps you awake. You don't have good solid sleep, so you feel ill. You get loss of memory. You feel uncomfortable. Anyway, she's basically said, "Here you go. Here's your machine, your sleeping machine, something called CPAT machine or PAT." Pat, whatever it is. But anyway, here's a machine. This is how you put it on. This is how you wear the mask. You know, what kind of mask would you like? Give me a call if you've got any problems. I can monitor it remotely, basically via a SIM card. I can change it remotely via a SIM card. I can see what you're doing with it, how you're sleeping. Do I have to do anything? I said, do I have to come back for it? No, machine will tell me what's going on all the time. Here, it has a humidifying feature in it, so there's people who sleep through with their mouth open at night, which is very much me. You know, this will keep your mouth dry because it humidifies as it goes along. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Here's my number. Give me a call if you've got any problems. And let me know. Anyway. That night I was delighted because I was like, well, at least I've got an answer. You know, when you got an answer for something. That night I was delighted, so I thought, you know, I put this thing on, and I had the best night's sleep in 10 years. I felt great, and so far, and this is why I'm so with it. I have so much energy. I feel like a different person. I genuinely feel my brain is engaged. I'm not forgetting things. My memory is better. You know, I sleep isn't an issue anymore, and you soon get used to some kind of mask over your face. I've stopped snoring. It has been a life-changing thing, and all I can say is, you know, thank goodness for the NHS, something we all pay for, but and many people want to sort of diss, but I tell you what, I worked in the NHS for about 20 years in the past, and I know that there's some definitely some waste in the middle management area. By the way, definitely needs to go. But honestly, it is there for the good of the people. And honestly, as a person was handed, you know, a couple of £1,000 worth of kit, you know, £1,000 worth of pounds worth of kit, and now can sort this and now feel as good as I do. Yeah, it's worth every penny. Don't let anybody take it away from us. It's people want to, but don't let them. The NHS needs to stay around for a long time, forever. In fact, healthcare should be free. But anyway. That's enough of that. But you can see why I'm so bouncy. I'm so excited. I'm just I'm 10 days in, and I'm not breathing. I can tell you how bad it was. I was basically stopping breathing 97 times an hour. Now I actually stop breathing between 7 and 10 times an hour. It's completely different, and as I say, I get much better sleep as a result. Anyway, Sigma 7. Let's see now whether or not Garfield works. This is one of those games that it's a bit like Snoopy. It came out with Edge, and the thing about this game is, I think this one's probably the more the more common of the two. You find a lot of it. Yeah, there you go, fat cat. But the Snoopy one is really hard to get hold of. It's quite expensive as well. People want sort of stupid kind of money for it. I always feel a bit grieved when I see how much people want for Snoopy. And the thing about Snoopy is, I used to love the comic Peanuts as a kid, and I used to love the sort of Charlie Brown and Lucy and all the other sort of, and Linus with his blanket and sort of hum as he walked around. I used to love sort of Snoopy. Snoopy was a big thing for me. I was as a kid. I mean, I've got at the moment my missus has knitted me a Snoopy that I can see from above me, and I can see at least 2 other Snoopies in my room because it's, for me, it was kind of one of those things that I grew up with. I had a Snoopy teddy as a kid, you know. Everybody had a teddy, but that was I had Snoopy. Snoopy was the thing. So I can't find a copy at a decent price. I'd really love to find one. If I can find one, I'd be delighted. The big fat cat, big fat hairy cat, the big fat hairy deal. Even that's fine. We'll get there at some point. But Edge Software, these depends. This one's not so bad, actually. I think I've played this on the channel, to be honest, as well. Me and my daughter played it because she's a bit of a fan of Garfield and the cartoon style of the day. Personally, I am as well. I quite like it. I like the little comic strips where they used to pop up. They were very subtle and gentle. Not that I think there was a subtlety back then. There was more filters, but when they came off, they were sharper. Does that make sense? You know, the humour. But this is quite a good game. Quite a beautiful graphically game. I don't think it's an odd one. I always end up crashing in the sort of cellar there's a rat in the cellar. I always end up getting killed by the rat in the cellar. That tends to happen quite a lot. I'm not sure what we're trying to do in this. Garfield, a big lover of lasagna. Of course, lasagna is delicious. And unfortunately, I quite like it when you westernise it slightly, take it away from, well, not westernise it, sort of UKise it, Britishise it, give it a bit of Britain, which is basically when you get it in the pub, where you get your, it's like when they come and ask you, and then you get lasagna for a pub, it's like, yeah, I'll take the lasagna, and then they go, do you want the salad? And you're like, nope, I want the chips. Give me the chips right now. And to be fair, lasagna and chips is actually delicious. I'm a big fan of lasagna and chips. It is. It's brilliant. It's lasagna and chips. It's like curry and chips. Well, curry and chips is also amazing. I'm not talking about chip shop here. I'm talking about if you get chips with a curry when you've made one and you just dip it in. Curry and chips, though, is actually delicious as well. Curry, chips, and fish. Amazing. I don't do gravy. I do like mushy peas, though. What do you like with fish and chips? If you go to the fish and chip shop right now, what are you buying? Are we going with smoky and chips? Are we having a battered sausage? Are you having a pate, cheese and onion pate with chips or something like that? What are you having? I'm a fish and chips, mostly fish and chips with either mushy peas or gravy, depending on what mood. Not gravy. Chip shop curry, one of the two. That's what I'm at. One of those two is my go to, because I do like mushy peas, but I find it amazing how different they are between. And that was about to happen. I kind of saw that coming. Did actually say that was going to work. We've actually played one game today. We've played one game, and I'm going to see if we can get this to load off PlayZX. But I can't even spell Garfield. Let's see if I can spell Garfield. Garfield, Andrew Garfield, was Spider-Man. Oh, Garfield. Oh, we've got it. Oh, I didn't even know there was a Garfield 2. There's a Garfield 2, and there's a Garfield A Winter's Tale. Oh my god. I never even realised that. Did you realise there was a Garfield 2? I'm going to do the 2, because I've seen the 1 before. It's on the channel. Let's try number 2. Edge Software, all 3 of them. Must have been so successful with the first one. Did they do Pink Panther, or was that Empire? I used to like the Pink Panther one. This should be a fan. And the reason I'm not convinced by these, by the way, is that yet again this is disced by Bill Gill. Right, okay. I'm not convinced this will load because it is Edge. Edge has those turbo loaders which we absolutely hate on the channel. But yeah, I've gone off a tangent now. I've forgotten entirely what I was thinking about. There's loads of tape left on this, by the way. We're going to have a little look and see if there's anything else on here. Anyway, how have you all been, though? Are you all okay? Anybody had a week off for the silly half-termy thing that kids have? It's a bit annoying. You get a bit older, you're like, nah, don't like them. They're all the places I want to be. Get some coffee in me. I'm looking over at my PlayStation 4 collection. This tells you a lot about what happened with me and that transitional stage again. I did this once before. Between when I got to the Commodore Amiga, and I had a Mega Drive and a SNES, got rid of them, traded them for a Commodore Amiga, and then was onto a PC. I was onto a 486 DX100, if you really want to know. But I was moved on to those. That was the big change for me. I shifted to those pros to PC at that point in time, and I had a good run of PC. It wasn't until a PlayStation 1. Yeah, I had PlayStation 1 at the same time as PC. That one actually made it through the door. I was a big fan of that one. I was a big fan of Saturn, but I basically had a PC at the same time as that. So I was playing things like Privateer 2. My wife will say, "What are you saying? Privateer 2? Destination Selector." She just said it in the background. That was Danny Bear. Yes, Danny Bear was the computer. Danny Bear was definitely the computer. So Danny Bear was the computer, but the point was I had PC. I was playing things like Settlers 2, and those sort of early. I wasn't quite on Windows by then. It was still a bit DOSy. So I was, and that's where I was at. And then there was PlayStation 1, which convinced me to go back to console sort of gaming. Loved that. Beautiful console. Easy to put stuff in. You put a disc in, it loads. You play arcade games. You play Tekken 3, Tekken. To be fair, it was Tekken 2 that made me buy one. I literally remember getting all together to go and get that. I went with my then girlfriend, now wife, and we went to game, and I purchased a PlayStation 1, 2 controllers. Got one controller with it, obviously. 2 controllers, a second controller, and Tekken 2, and that was the game we played. We loved Tekken 2. We were a big fan of it. And then later it was Puzzle Fighter and Poi Poi. And Poi Poi I still can't get a copy of because it's just really hard to get hold of. It's also it's really expensive. I hate expensive. Grr. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Is this loading or not loading? I have no idea if this is loading or not loading. We'll find out in a second. It's been loading for a while. But yeah, that sort of brought me back to consoles. I stopped at the hello. This is interesting. I've not seen this one before. I've stopped at what's he doing? Are we moving? Is this the joystick or something going? Looks like we're kind of moving. Joystick seems to maybe have you sensed a joystick that we haven't got? I haven't got a joystick plugged in though. Let me plug a joystick in. Hang on a second. seems to be going a little bit crazy by itself. But yeah, PlayStation 1 brought me back to it, and then sort of drifted around between PC mainly at that point. So PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 didn't grab me at all. This is really weird, isn't it? And one of the most popular consoles took it. Yeah, as my wife's just pointed out there, we took it back. You know, we didn't find. This has been a dreadful episode for actually playing anything. This is not working at all. Push some buttons, nothing happening. Every button. Oh no! Here we go. Oh God, it's doing something. Yeah, she says saying there we didn't like the Wii either. All right, okay. It's like scrolling at the top corner of the screen. You see? It's so weird. That is definitely not working. Yeah, we didn't like the Wii either. We took the Wii back. The Wii went back. It wasn't entertaining enough. Same with the PlayStation 2. We're getting loads of screenshots from it. Nothing actually playing. Let's see what else is on this tape. We might get lucky and see if there's anything else. We've literally played one game. We played Sigma 7 here. This is what's on the tape's all about. Failure, and then redemption with a game. We get knocked down, but we get up again. No, I'm not going to sing it. But yeah, we took that one back as well. So we were doing PC, and I was doing LAN gaming by then as well with friends. So we were playing Age of Empires, and many other sort of games that we could play. Unreal Tournament, Quake 2, Quake 3, Doom, Championship Football Manager 2000, 2001. Playing all those kind of things on LANs, which is the main thing. Early day of Wi-Fi. Get this. I remember this. Me and my friend used to play PC games between the houses. He used to live next door, so we used to play. But I had Wi-Fi, which is very early days of Wi-Fi, and my Wi-Fi ran at 10 megabytes. You can't even run broadband nowadays. You can't even run Netflix over that. But it was fast enough to play LAN gaming. So we used to play LAN gaming. He had the Wi-Fi adapter in his computer, and I had the Wi-Fi in my house broadcasting so that he could connect to my network, and we could play Championship Football Manager together in the comfort of our own homes. It's kind of cool, very cool indeed. Those are the days. I've enjoyed this tape thus far. It's been crap, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed just. My wife saying that on average I had 4 PCs set up at one point in the house. Oh, we got 80s music. It's time, peoples. It's time for the music. My wife said I got lots of PCs set up. I did lots and lots of PCs. I had. To be fair, at the height of it all, I had 12 PCs, and I could host a game for 12 people. They were all sort of refurbished things, but back in the day, it didn't really matter. You could run it without having expensive video cards. It was awesome. Anyway, even Quake 3 ran beautifully. Right, let's get some music on. Let's get the music on, peoples. Try not to get ourselves a copyright strike. Are we ready? On 3. I recognise it, don't know who it is. Genesis? Wife's saying Genesis. I recognise it, don't know who it is. Oh. Eurasia, that one. Don't take me that way, or whatever it was. My friend went to see him recently. Old Jimmy Somerville. Was it Jimmy Somerville? I think it was. I think it was Jimmy Somerville. Gotta be careful with this one. the Queen himself, Freddie Mercury, and the Highlander song. That's a great soundtrack, actually. I'm going to have to get that one out and listen to it now. Never. I'm not sure what this one is, so I'm going to play it to you anyway. I don't know what they recorded here, but it's all of them. It's all the soundtracks. All the soundtracks. And they were done. It's all over. It's all over. We literally have had nothing work this week. Nothing at all. But I was talking about with gaming, sort of, and yeah, we went, and then I went back to consoles basically when the Xbox 360 came along, the days before Microsoft got even more greedy with gaming, and I had a good time with that, and everybody bought one because the PlayStation 3 was not the wonder horse that they said it was going to be. I'm really disappointed. I want to play something now. I'm really annoyed. Hang on. Let's have a little look and see see if I can spot something in the room that we can play. Because I'm not done. That was disastrous in the sense that we literally played one game. Hang on, must be something else. Wait a sec, you stay there. Let's see what I can see. I'm running all the way. Running all the way. What we got? I can't see anything handy yet. Hang on. I haven't played this in years, so let's play this. I've got something. Hopefully it'll load. I've got something. I've not played it in years. Oh my god, it's even got the inlay. Bloody hell, that's amazing. I haven't told you what it is yet, but that's amazing. Cosmic War Toad. I'm pretty sure that's a what's it called? Wakeland on the front there. Bob Wakeland cover. Ocean, single dual, absolutely fantastic one. The War Toad on the front was machine gun facing the other way. In the background, some kind of slimy creature with its little hands up, trying to touch some young lady with a golden bra on and ample boobs. But yes, Cosmic War Toad. This would have been one of those games that I just would have been out of my reach when I was a kid. And I've been looking at it and I've been like, at £7.95. That's like 3 weeks pocket money. It's not going to happen. Is that going to load? That looks like it's not loading already. That's a good start. That's what we like. A fantastically not working first load. Let's rewind it on the other side. Not played it in ages. But everybody's forgotten about Cosmic War Toad. I'm going to take a picture of that and bung it on Bluesky and the community channel, so you can all have a little look at that. So, because it's really cool, really cool. All right, put those buttons in. Brilliant. I don't know why he's got a spanner in his hand though. He's got like a submachine gun. Everybody had submachine guns back in the day. Everybody, children, grandmothers, the elderly, the infirmed, they all had a submachine gun. I had a submachine gun. Did you not have an Uzi 9mm? We all had one of those. It was a common weapon for everybody to have. You know, close quarters, very handy. Good for drive-bys. Well, whatever takes your fancy, missus. My missus just said she'd like a super soaker. No, super soakers drive by. Yeah, that was only you. I never got a wet t-shirt in the back of the day. No, I didn't. That's true. Anyway, so I skipped it, went into the Xbox 360 generation. Brilliant. Got to the generation, so this is 2013, by the way, that when we got to the generation of, look at that, it's cool. Totally different picture. Denton designed this. Anyway, the cover. That's the same creature on the floor, but the toad is totally different. Anyway, same people who did Transformers, I think, isn't it? Denton design. Anyway. Then went on to 360, got to 2013, Xbox One came out, and you know how I said it wasn't about the technical specs. If you're going to sell it on the technical specs, and it's on the technical specs, so it was not the same machine as the PlayStation 4, but at the same time, it then divided my friends' player base. Everybody, some went to the Xbox and stuck with that direction, and some went the route. Because I mean, they sold the Xbox as a media center, for God's sake. Honestly, what were they thinking? You know, media center must have a camera and all that crap. You didn't need a camera and all these things. You just wanted to play games on it. And to be fair, because they'd gone that bigger technical specs, more powerful, blah 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 blah. When you then compare it to the PlayStation 4, which was better and more powerful, that was a better machine. And then they did the Pro version of it, didn't they? Next Microsoft, and so did Sony, and it got all but it's silly really. Still, but that point split my friend base. My friend base were no longer playing all on the same console. We were all originally Halo 3 players, all playing together on a regular basis, all playing Battlefield together on the PlayStation, you know, on the PlayStation, on the Xbox 360. It was split all my friends at that point, and because it split all my friends, that's when I started heading back to PC land with these things, with the exception of the Switch, which by then had grown on me a bit like fungus. With its design and the games that it comes with it, and the fact that it's, well, you know, let's be honest, the 114 games that Nintendo published themselves, they're all pretty damn good. They really know how to work their hardware. And then, you know, you've got things like the you know, the Evercade, which is your only other real option nowadays. It's sad that we've gone this way, and it's sad that we've got a Switch 2 rather than a Swing or a I don't know, something else. The Nintendo Banana or something. Right, what we got to do? Frenzied Flies, Ultrasonic Robotics. I'm trying to find the keys. Where's the blooming keys? Most important thing is the keys. Controls. Up, down, left, right. Can I change them? One, the keyboard. Joysticks, yes. Operating keyboard. The user keyboard is just definable. Okay. It's on the screen. Right, okay, I'll leave it like that. 0. There we go. Left, right, up, down, fire. Happy with the keys? Yes, I am. Oh, here we go. We've got to save her from being chopped up, look. She's about to be split in half with the chainsaw. It's a bit harsh, but it is what it is. I am assuming I am the... There must be a path through here. What am I doing? Have I done it? Oh God, space is pause as well. You idiot. Can I kill myself? I made a mistake. I've made space pause. We're not going to see what's going on, peoples. I have made a mistake. I was a little tadpole. And now I am a pause tadpole because I didn't realise pause was the space bar as well. I should really stay away from space bars. Yep, there's Cosmic Wartoad for you. We are not able to do anything else. That's a bit disappointing, really. That's a bit disappointing. And I don't know if I can quit. Is there a quit? Break? Space. Q. Try to quit out of it. Mistakey! I hate it when they do that. You would think... Do you know, one of the things that's more subtle about this is why the heck wouldn't you put a thing in it to block you taking the command that's the pause key or duplicating the key that's in it? There's the massive assumption here that you aren't going to use the space bar because on the old Rubber Key Spectrum, it's in a funny location. But by the time they get to the Plus, it's in a different location. I guess it's very early game, realistically. Definitely post a picture of that Cosmic War Toad, because it's really good. If I haven't passed it already, I'll post it sometime this week. But anyway, I've been your host, RealGenericDemon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share it with your friends, and it just makes for fun. I've absolutely waffled this week. I've been on my soapbox. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you back next week for the final part of that tape, and then the choice for the week after for the final run of the season of the series or the seasons. I get told off for calling it seasons because it's not really a season, because it's not like seasonal, but it is a series and it's a season. It's my thing anyway. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.